and have a business on their own. And so all those kind of beliefs come up. All right, so let's go into what happens in a transition. Now, some of you may be starting a business, some of you may have been in a business for a while, but what happens is anytime you're in a transition, sometimes there's a period of confusion. We've let go of something. Maybe we let go of a corporate job, or maybe we let go of a business that wasn't working well, and we said, oh, I've got to find a new business and starting something different. Or maybe, I'm a single parent, I need to make money, and I want to be at home. So those are all things that we've chosen to end, and then we've started a new beginning, but yet sometimes we haven't done our homework, and that's that neutral zone, which I really work on a lot with people and say, what have you needed to dismantle from the old business or the old job or the old, maybe it's a relationship or marriage that you haven't dislodged, because that can get in our way. And maybe it's just that we never forgave someone, or maybe we haven't let go of a real resentment. And what that can do is get in our way in the future, and people can pick up on that energy of resentment. So I try to help people see that there's sometimes an in-between zone that we need to do a little homework, and that's where these people that have come here today, you all have come, you're eager to look at that, I think, or you wouldn't be here. Okay, so now when we talk about bringing in more business, we have to kind of look at where are we resisting things. And we're resisting things because we're carrying these beliefs or these vows or these family values that are in our way. They're like kind of like a little prick in the pot, and it stands in our way of bringing in new. I used to teach a class that was, it was on clutter clogs your cash flow. And I taught it with a clutter expert, and she deals with the outside clutter, and I dealt with the inside. And we talked about how if you have a drain and you're trying to get stuff through the drain and there's a bunch of clog in there, then we've got to get that out so that things can move through easily. And that's really how it is with business. If there's more opening for new business to come in, it's going to come in. There's not all these rocks in the way. So getting rid of some of this. And then we raise our vibration by clearing out some of that emotional clutter. Some of it's our moods that are up and down. We're kind of moody. And that's typical sometimes being a self-employed person, because some days are up and some days are down with no business. But if we let that control us, then we end up in a pattern of that, and it doesn't create good success for us to go out and network and do the things we need to do for our business. We also have a lot of head talk, the clutter, some people call it head trash, and that's our daily kind of clutter that gets in our way, that it's how we talk to ourselves. The physical clutter, even, just having an office that's cluttered can get in our way, because when I worked with this organizational expert, clutter expert, she was amazed at how when people would just declutter their office, that they would find more energy left for more opening for other things. So getting clutter out of your way, maybe it's files that you haven't put away. I have a few of those myself. And then, the other thing that tends to get in our way is these feelings of overwhelm. So many of us are wearing a lot of hats. We've got to be an accountant hat, we've got to be a marketing hat, we've got to be a sales hat, and so we might have too much on our to-do list, and then it's overwhelming. So what happens when we get overwhelmed? We just sort of stop in our tracks and we say, I'm not going to do anything. And so I try to go through my to-do list fairly frequent and list things that are A1 priorities, so I get those out of the way first. And I do the things that give me more energy first, so that way I get more going. But it is challenging because you've got these different, compartments you're trying to deal with. And then I'm a believer in yoga or deep breathing, because I find that when people are more open, their bodies are more open, they're more energetic, there's more newness that can come in. And so I've spent some of my time going to classes where I just feel more energized when I go and I open myself up so that I feel better. And we all want to feel better when we're out there trying to develop our business. Okay, so the greatest challenge is getting to the the unconscious rather. It is self-conscious, but it's unconscious because it's underneath the surface. So they've found that 90% of our beliefs are generally more on a subconscious level. And that makes it a little challenging to know what we really believe. So managing your mindset can be a daily process, and there's several secrets that I put together. And I found that when you're managing your mindset, it's really good to be a giver and to really think of how can I give value away in my business. For instance, some people do newsletters, some people give away a complimentary session. This book Bob Burg wrote is really good. It's called Go Giver. It's a very short book, but it's just how to be a giver, you know, and think of others. If you're networking, think of what am I really trying to develop with people? Am I trying to develop rapport or just get business from them? Because many times that business doesn't come the first time around. And maybe it's the newsletter you send, or I have a free ebook that's on my website, which I'll give you at the end of the webinar. So that way you can be able to learn more about this whole idea of how we self-sabotage. But being a giver is important. The second one is developing an abundance mindset. You know, that there is plenty of business out there, and there are plenty of people that will be attracted to your business. You just have to find them, and sometimes it is a numbers game. And that's the part that makes it a little challenging when you're trying to, you know, actually see clients and then get out there and meet new people and new prospects. But I wouldn't eliminate that, you know, that if you just develop a mindset and you have a good go-giver philosophy and you manage your self-talk each day, those are 3 secrets that will really create more of abundance in your business. Now, let me explain the self-talk just briefly. You know how we go through our day and we have this little dialogue that's going on in our heads, and if we listen to it, many times it has beliefs that are very absolute, like I'll always, or I'll never, or I can't do this. And that's what you have to really get rid of, some of those always and nevers, because those aren't true. I mean, some of the time you can do well, some of the time you won't do well. But if we go around, I can't ever get this or that, then guess what's going to show up? Less and less. So I'm not saying that your mindset's 100% it, but it's partially it, and then the other part is taking action. So when was a time when you or your business was thriving? Or think of a time when you just had a great mindset, and think of what was operating then. Where was I focused? What was I doing that made me feel so absolutely on top of things? And so I'd like to hear if there's anybody that maybe wants to share that right now, if you think of a time when you had that.